it's Meg and welcome back to my channel. Today I was thinking about trying to do like an advice video. Obviously I'm only 18 years old, I've not got much advice to give. I've been thinking about filming this video for quite some time now, and I just thought it would be a good idea since we're all at home and like when we start getting back to normalcy, people are going to be going to school, some may be feeling a bit anxious, or you might be going into a high school in September. So I thought it would be a good idea for me to give some of you guys my advice for high school, how I coped with school and like things that I learned throughout school. I just want to say, don't take my advice like it's the only advice you should follow. Like, this is just from my personal experience, and this is what made my high school life that little bit easier. I'm going to give you some like tips and just things that I would personally do and I did in high school. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get on with it. I tried to find a shirt that's kind of school-esque. I don't know if I accomplished that, and this collar keeps popping up. So if it does, I apologise, it's annoying me too, but we're just gonna have to try and ignore it. I'm gonna split this video into two sections, the first section being work and the second section being social. That is how this is gonna work, and I hope you enjoy. This tip is more for like people going on study GCSEs. Do not pick the subject that you think is easy. A lot of people in high school do take the easy subjects so they can get like a quick A in GCSEs, but I can tell you that is not the case. Some people took art during my GCSEs and thought it was the easy subject. I can tell you art is not an easy subject. If you think it's just painting and drawing, you are so wrong. It is so much harder than that. I can't even begin to explain, but it's just so much research. There's so much practical stuff you need to do. And a lot of people thought that art was a very easy subject, but it is very demanding and there's quite a high criteria for it. This isn't just about art, that was just an example. If you don't enjoy a subject or you're not passionate about a certain subject, I feel like it could be quite hard to pass that subject if you're really not into it and it's like, oh my god, I hate the subject so much, you know? And if you take like easy subjects that you're not really into when it comes to college and you're applying for like a job that you want revolving around a certain topic, and you chose a complete different topic for GCSE and you've not got that category that you wanted to pass for GCSEs, it's just do something you're passionate about. Yes, some subjects are probably really hard, but if you work hard in those subjects then you'll get to where you want to be, and taking the easy route isn't necessarily the best route. This next point is also with exams. Don't leave studying to the last minute. For myself, when I was in school, a lot of people in my year group studied throughout the whole year, like up until GCSEs. Like from year 9 they studied like day and night up until GCSEs. I didn't study fully until year 11, the year of the GCSEs. So as soon as we started studying GCSEs, that's when I was revising, and I was kind of on and off then as well. I wasn't like fully structured revising. I'd say it was more 6 months until GCSEs and I started like doing day and night revision. Now some people that will probably seem a bit late, but it did help me. I still managed to pass 6 out of my 8 subjects that I took. I really struggled in science. I struggled science a lot more than I usually did, and I managed to pass it. History, I don't know how I passed history, but I still studied it. I made flashcards, you know, I got my friends to test me. I'm not a person that can just sit in my room and study for like 5 hours straight and just study only. I have to take little breaks or do very small study sessions. So for myself personally, I would sit in my room and then I'd study for about an hour on a certain subject, maybe history, and then I'd have a break, you know, maybe go on my phone for a bit, eat some food, and then I would study again for another hour studying science, and I'd do flashcards. Flashcards were honestly what helped me pass my GCSEs. I'm not even kidding. Flashcards are just so easy and they're so easy to remember facts. I definitely recommend, if you're struggling to find motivation to study, do flashcards. They work wonders. They really worked for me and they really helped me as well. I hung like little postcards around my room with like facts on them, so I just read them. For example, if I was getting ready in the morning, I would stick post-it notes on my mirror and just read them whilst I was doing my makeup. I also made my books very colourful, like I highlighted everything, I made like pretty font, so it made me want to look at my book and actually read what I'd written, because if it was just boring and no colour in it, who's going to want to read that? Yes, my school book looked like a colouring book, but it worked. And this leads me on to my next point. Take photos of your book pages. At the end of every lesson, maybe take a few photos of your book, the pages within it, because you never know, you might accidentally lose your book and then that's all that information that you've lost. Where if you have it on your phone, it's there all the time and you can just easily refer back to it like that. And it's easier for you to like study more, I feel, because it's on your phone, and this is like a natural thing for us now. I almost lost one of my exercise books when it came to studying GCSEs, and I had a mental breakdown, but I found it. But it just saves that stress of you. If you happen to lose the book, you're like, don't worry, I've got all the pages on my phone, so I'm not missing anything. We all know studying can be so boring, like so boring. So form study groups with your friends. During GCSEs, me and my friends would meet up on the weekend and do a little study group in the library. And then we'd like have a break and chit chat, eat food, and then we'd get back to it. It just makes studying a lot more fun. And it's less of a chore and more like a fun activity to do with your friends. I'd even go on like little picnics in the summer with my friends and like take our flashcards and like test each other every now and then. It just makes it so much more enjoyable, and you're more likely to remember things, I feel. And if you can't meet up with your friends during this time, FaceTime them. Study over FaceTime, because then it feels like you're doing it with someone and you don't feel like you're the only person studying. Throughout this lockdown, I've had zero motivation to do any of my work because I'm the only one in my room. Whereas if I'm in a classroom, I get more inspiration. I'm like, okay, everyone's working around me, so that makes me more motivated to work. Just doing little study breaks here and there will just all add up, and it will really help you when it comes to your exams. I'm sorry if I'm not explaining any of this right. I'm going off the top of my head right now. You don't want to be that person who on the day of the exam hasn't revised for that subject and you're quickly revising in the morning before it's time for your exam. You just don't want to be that person, because it's not a nice feeling. And the final point of this section, which I think is one of the most important points to mention, is try your best. That is all you can do. Put the effort in, you know. Don't leave studying till last minute. Do the homework. Don't do the homework till the last minute. Ask questions if you don't understand what's going on in the subject. As long as you put the effort in and you still don't pass that exam, at least you've got the satisfaction that you tried. That is honestly the best thing that you can do. I still have not passed maths to this day. Maths is just something that my brain does not understand. It's like with English, you're either really good at English and really bad at maths, or you're either really bad at English and really good at maths. There's no, you're good at both. If you're good at both, then can I have some of your knowledge, please? But for me, I'm really good at English and not very good at maths. It doesn't seem like I'm good at English because I can barely talk right now. And when it came to like studying maths for GCSEs, it was the worst. I had like a maths tutor on the weekend. I did exam papers at home. I did post-it notes around my room. I did everything. I read textbooks, I did flashcards, I did everything possible for maths. I even gave up my free spare lunch times in school to go to a maths club to try and understand the work, and I still didn't pass. But at least that I know that I tried my absolute hardest, and I'm still trying to pass it now. But at least I have that satisfaction that, you know, I did work hard, I did put in the effort, and I did try my best. Trust me, you do not want to end up like me and fail a key subject and have to retake it after school, because it is not fun. You don't have much motivation for it. So just try your absolute best at every subject possible, even if you hate it. I didn't enjoy French lessons, but I put in some effort. Not a lot of effort, but I put in some effort. Now we are on to the social side of this video. Wow, this is like such a key topic, I feel. Like, how do you deal with like mean people? How do you make friends? It's just trying to make friends and like get over mean people is really hard in school. Okay, so I'm going to say this, and I'm only going to say this once. Popularity means nothing. I cannot tell you how much this is true. You know how like in every school there's like the popular kids and like the popular group and the ones that have a lot of friends? That means absolutely nothing. In school it may be like, oh my god, they're like the queen bee, you know? You'll think that it's such a big deal, but I can promise you now, it means absolutely nothing. How many friends you've got means nothing. I think that's really hard in school as well, because like some people are like, I want to be one of the popular kids. You don't. It doesn't mean anything, you know? Don't be scared to make friends. It can be so daunting, like trying to make friends. Like I struggle to make friends, even now, because I'm quite a shy person. But loads of people just came to me naturally throughout lessons, like started conversations like, hi, how are you? And then that's just how you jump back and forth between each other and you get to know each other, and it will just come natural. I know it's not a very nice feeling to eat alone at lunch. Friends will come. Sometimes it may take a little bit more time than others. If no one's coming up to you, go up to people. If you think someone's cool and you want to hang out with them, go up to them, you know, ask them about their day, compliment something they're wearing, ask them what they're doing that day, you know, maybe ask them to hang out with you. Just don't be scared to go out of your comfort zone. It's more than likely that they're in the same boat as you as well and don't have any friends, and you going up to them has probably made their day, and you never know, that can blossom into a very beautiful friendship. I just sounded like an agony aunt then. Now this brings me to my next point. Friends come and go. You are going to go, well, for me personally, this was 100% the case of me. This isn't the case with everyone, but for me, I went through so many friendship groups. Throughout my 5 years in school, I think I was in about 8 different friendship groups, maybe 9. Sometimes you grow apart, sometimes you get in arguments with the people, sometimes you make up with those people. I'm still friends with majority of the people that I was in the groups with. This is a really hard topic because it obviously depends on the situation, but I feel like friends are a really hard topic in school because sometimes you may feel left out with the friend. If you're in a group of threes are very hard to be friends with because there's sometimes that one person that's always left out. For me, friends are what got me through high school, definitely. Like, it just made it that little bit easier. Next point I feel is definitely something that I stood really strong to, and I didn't cave in at any point at all, and I feel it's very important if you do as well. Do not get involved with any drama that's going on. It's high school, there's bound to be some drama and gossiping going on. When I was in school, I did not get involved in any drama that was circling around the year group. Some people come up to me and be like, oh, did you hear that so-and-so did this? That happened and this happened? And I would just be like, no. And then they would tell me and then I'd be like, okay. I just wouldn't give them anything. Like, I would just be like, I'm staying out of this. This is not my business. Sometimes it can be very tempting to get involved, and I can promise you now, it makes your school life so much more easier if you do not get involved with business that's not your own. You do not want to stir up arguments. That is not what this is about. You're not on a reality show, you know. And my last and final point for this video is make the most of it. Yes, we all hate school when we're in it. I hated high school when I was in it. I was like, I just cannot wait to leave. I can't wait to move on to college. I just want to leave this all behind. I hate it. I hate school. But I can tell you now that when you leave school, you're going to wish you were back in there, because I cannot tell you how much I miss having lunch with my friends and like joking about and like the banter that went on. It was just so fun, and I definitely took that for granted because I just it didn't occur to me that I'd ever leave school, because whenever you're in school, it feels like you're going to be there forever. I genuinely thought that I was like, I'm never going to leave school. I'm going to be in this place for my whole life. I had some of the best memories from school, some of the funniest memories. Like, even now with my friends, like, our main topic conversation is school because of how fun our school time together was. Like, we'd reminisce and be like, oh, do you remember when this happened, and remember this and that? It was just so fun, and like looking back on it, you're like, yeah, I actually had a lot of fun in school. It didn't seem like it at the time because I wanted to get out there. Like, lunch times and break, they were some of the funnest times ever, and I really wish I could have those times back because I don't see my friends as often as I'd like to anymore. And when you do leave school, you will disband from your friends because your friend will want to do this and you want to do that, so you go down like your separate paths. But to this day, I'm still best friends with my school group. It's a common thing that everyone says, that when you leave school, you are not going to see 99% of those people ever again in your life. And it's so true. So far since I've left school, I've not seen any people that I wasn't friends with, ever. When you're in school, you feel like all of their opinions matter so much. Like, what do they think of me? Do they think I'm weird? Do they think I'm cool? It's like you want to be liked by everyone, and it's just their opinions do not matter. When you're in school, just remember, other people's opinions do not matter because you all leave school, you're never in contact unless you're with your friends. And I'm gonna wrap this whole video up in a few words. People's opinions do not matter of you. As long as you are kind to people, it really does not matter what other people think of you, because you're not going to see those people when you leave school. Try your best, but do not overwork yourself. And try and enjoy school whilst you're there, because sometimes you will be like, actually, I really miss school. And I wish I didn't take it for granted when I was in school because I wanted to get out of it so much. That is the end of this video. I really hope this made some sort of sense to any of you watching. I was literally just speaking off the top of my head, so I may have missed some points out, but I hope that I got the main message across. Again, I just want to clarify, this is what helped me get through school and made my school life a little bit easier. And I promise you that high school is not going to last forever. It may feel like it at the time, but it's not. It's gonna go by like that and you will not even realise. Let me know if you want any other videos like this, like advice videos, depending on what the topic is. I'll think about doing another one depending if you enjoyed this one. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. It really helps my channel out a lot and makes me very happy. I'm so close to 1,000 subscribers, which I'm buzzing for, so please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. If you feel like getting to know me a little bit better, follow my Instagram at megmookxx. I'll link it down in the description along with my other social medias such as my Spotify and my Pinterest. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you next time with a brand new video. Bye!